Hello there, and welcome back to another one of Mudflap's movie reviews. My name is Mudflap, and today I will be reviewing the first two episodes of the Disney Plus show Obi Wan Kenobi. Let's get started. Obi Wan Kenobi is directed by Deborah Chow, and it stars Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, Moses Ingram, Rupert Friend, and Joel Edgerton. So we start off the first episode where we see Obi-Wan at his job as a meat cutter, just keeping a low profile, not trying to draw attention, and we see this a couple times where he's just going through his daily routine, just trying to live life as best as he can. We see Obi-Wan in a very different light, which I really liked about this first episode. He's a very broken man, he's very quiet, very distant, just reflecting on all the stuff that has happened to him. You know, it's been 10 years since Revenge of the Sith and Order 66, where all the Jedi were killed. Obi-Wan and all of the other Jedi went into hiding, and Obi-Wan is now out in the middle of the desert, away from any large civilizations, just trying to get through life now with this new reality. They're being hunted and killed by Inquisitors. Any of you guys out there are Star Wars Rebels fans, I'm sure you really love seeing the Grand Inquisitor, the fifth brother, and the third sister show up in live action form. I liked how we just kicked off this first episode where we saw how serious the Inquisitors were with their job, how they understood the Jedi, and not only were the Jedi a threat to them, but anybody who was associated or knew any knowledge of any Jedi around the area were in danger as well. We get to see Owen Lars come back to the screen. Joel Edgerton reprises his role, and we can see that Owen really holds Obi-Wan accountable for a lot of things, and a couple times makes some slights against Obi-Wan failing Anakin, and he just doesn't want Luke following in the same path. That's why Obi-Wan never really has any contact with Luke at all. Obi-Wan, sees him from afar, and he sees Luke is a lot like his father. He wants to be a pilot, he wants to go adventuring out in the great galaxy, but Owen is keeping him on the farm because he knows the dangers that wait for him out there, and of course Luke has no idea who his father really is. We just see Obi-Wan in a very different light. It's a very somber episode, but definitely brings the hype when you see just how dangerous it is to be a Jedi at this time. What I really liked a lot about this episode was we get reintroduced to Obi-Wan. It's been a while since we've seen Ewan McGregor take up the mantle again. It's great to see him back as Obi-Wan. He was always one of my favorite characters from the prequels. But then we get to see some new characters. Reva, the Grand Inquisitor, the fifth brother, which all three of those guys are pretty menacing and pretty scary. And I'm just excited to see more of the Inquisitors going forward. And then we get to see at the end of the episode, Obi-Wan is actually on like a side adventure. We got to see Luke for just a little bit, but another thing I didn't really think about is, we've seen Luke, but, are we ever going to see Leia? And it was great to see just a little bit of Leia and her home on Alderaan and the Organa family once again. Really brought back a lot of memories, lots of nostalgia in this first episode. They packed a lot into it. Mainly we get to see Obi-Wan's mental state. And I really loved how Ewan McGregor was portraying Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan does have PTSD. He has nightmares, but he's really trying to figure all that. And it was just a really solid first episode and seeing Obi-Wan in a brand new light. And for the second episode, Obi-Wan is off trying to rescue Leia. And it was great to see a new city. And the Inquisitors are close behind. And a couple things I'd like to say about the Inquisitors is one, I'm not sure how to feel about Reva right now. She's an okay character. I like the Grand Inquisitor's character a lot better than Reva. Reva is a loose cannon. She's always, not following directions and causing problems for the Inquisitors, it seems. She's got her own separate agenda, while the Grand Inquisitor has his own agenda, so there's always that conflicting interest there. But it was just great to see a character like Reva being introduced, and I'm interested to see how Reva's character continues to grow, and it looks like the spotlight has shifted from the Grand Inquisitor to Reva. Hopefully by the end of the show I might like her a little better. For right now she just seems like a jerk and selfish and still an interesting character, but I think the Grand Inquisitor's character is better, in my opinion. Another thing I really liked about this episode was the relationship between Obi-Wan and Leia, and how gradually over time Leia began to trust Obi-Wan a little more, and it was something Obi-Wan I think needed, was to reconnect with one of Anakin's kids. And, I think he sees them as a redemption because he failed Anakin. He doesn't want to fail Luke and Leia, and he wants to keep them safe and protected because they have no idea who their father is and what he's capable of. With Obi-Wan being there, there's a target on him, and he doesn't want that target to be put on the kids either. That's why they're on Alderaan, and Luke is with Owen and Beru Lars back on Tatooine. I just really, really liked the overall tone of these first 2 episodes. You can tell that the hunt for Obi-Wan is extremely personal. I read that in an interview that Darth Vader's hunt for Obi-Wan is very, very personal. I'm not really sure how Reva plays into this whole equation. She seems to want to have some extra points with Vader if she's the one to capture Obi-Wan, even though that her actual order is to kill Obi-Wan. She wants to capture him. Give him to Vader because, I don't know, maybe Reva has a connection to Darth Vader that we haven't seen yet. Obi-Wan did say that most of the Inquisitors were Jedis who turned to the dark side. And maybe, there's a theory out there that maybe Reva was one of the younglings. I'm not sure, but I'm excited to see how Reva's character and possible relationship to Darth Vader plays out. This episode was awesome, especially the ending. I'm not going to tell you how it ends. All I can tell you is the hype is there, the hype is real, and I cannot wait for next week's episode because the way they ended episode number 2, it's what I wanted. It's what I've been waiting for. So these first 2 episodes were pretty equal in my eyes. I'm going to give both of these episodes 9 out of 10 Mudflaps. Just a super awesome show so far. It's a show I've been waiting for a really long time. I've always loved Obi Wan Kenobi's character, and I'm really happy to see that Hayden Christensen is finally getting the due he's deserved. It's been 17 years since both of those guys have been back as Obi-Wan and Anakin, and this show has the potential to be the best Star Wars show so far, and I just hope that Disney and Deborah Chow do not drop the ball on this show. And before you go, drop in the comments below, who is your favorite character from the prequels? And as always, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and I'll see you next time.